Good day. Today we're building a city scene for our tour. Very well. The first thing you should do is open up GIMP. Okay, so let's go to Macintosh HD, Applications, and then go ahead down to GIMP. Okay, so just double click on that. All right. I already have mine open. Okay, so that's open. We're going to now find the pictures we're going to be doing. So we're going to make a sort of a city that's going to be sweet. All right. Now, you can do sort of the same process you did with the like natural setting, where you just go ahead and you find a picture of a city and you just adjust the colors and things like that. But I'd like to take it up a notch. I had a couple ideas: a city on a lava field, city in the sky, city under the ocean, and I did all three. And I'm most happy with the one where it's under the ocean. Okay, so you can use your creativity in this respect. Okay, so if you have a good idea, go with it. Go with it. This is just an example of one of the things that you can do. Okay, for this project, I'm going to be putting a city under the ocean. Pretty sweet. Okay, so let's go ahead then and let's do a Google image search. Okay, I already have mine up. I search for ocean floor. Okay, so what you do is you when you find the picture, you want get the background first. Okay, so I'm going to go with this full-size image, and then I just do a control click, save image to downloads. Okay, so I've got that. Now the other thing I want is something called where we got a city. So we're going to go ahead and it's going to be. I'm just going to use New York City. Now, one trick you can do is you might want to set it so that the picture is large. This goes for your background too. Okay, so you can see this is a pretty good one. Okay, you want to go with large size pictures just because that gives you sort of room to maneuver. Okay, so you just click on it. I'm going to just grab this full size image, control click, save image to downloads. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. So I've got those two pictures. I'm going to be taking this picture of the ocean floor and putting a city over it. Okay. So now that we have those pictures downloaded, we're going to open up GIMP. Now, in GIMP, we're going to open up those two pictures. So we're going to go to File, Open, and I've already have my Downloads folder open. But for you, you're going to have to go to your username. Okay, so for me, it's Jay Fleming. For you, it's not going to be Jay Fleming. Then go to Downloads. From there, there's my picture of the ocean floor. Sweet. Okay, so that's open up. I'm going to just trim this a little bit. So to sort of trim the picture, to crop it, I'm just going to click on this sort of blade tool here. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and crop this just a little bit. Okay, so there we go, and we got a nice ocean setting. So now we're going to open up our city. So let's go to File, Open. Again, we should still be in our Downloads folder. And my city picture is called 100.jpg, so we're going to open that. And actually, in this case, did the wrong open, so just close that. It's going to be File, Open as Layers. Okay, File, Open as Layers. Excuse me. And then please open up your picture of your city. So there we go. We've got our picture of our city over our ocean floor. Great. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just sort of trim this picture down, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead to my lasso tool. Okay, so it's just right there. I'm just going to double click on it. And I want to select here where it says Feather Edges. I'm going to keep that at 10 just because this is a pretty large picture. Usually I would turn that down, but in this case I'm not. So what I'm going to do is, you can't just have your city be a square like this. So I'm just going to find like sort of interesting perspectives just to take out things. Okay, so I'm going to start like here, go over like that. Okay, so you can just watch me here. So just start, click, And notice how I'm placing like lots of points. That's just so I can have sort of maximum control. Okay, and there's no right answer with this. I'm just taking it so we don't want to have it set up so it looks boxy and unnatural. It's going to look kind of unnatural already. So let's just do our best to make sure that it looks the best we can. Okay? And I'm just going ahead creating sort of a horizon. Okay? See, like I'm just cutting out buildings. It really, it's up to you how you want to do it. So I'm just going ahead here, tracing like an outline. If you want to keep a building, you can. Just trace out, just make sure to outline it. Okay, see, I'm going to cut this top of this building off. We're going to keep the MetLife building. Yay. And it's just sort of up to you to how you want to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead. And then, okay, so when I get to the end, what I have to do, I'm going to zoom out. And remember, you can click outside of the picture. So I've got to click out. I'm just going to go like this. And remember, with the lasso tool, you always have to end where you started. So now I just link up with my last puppy there, or with my first one, and I've got a situation like this. Now, what I need to do then is I need to add a transparent layer. So to do that, I go to my menu here where it says Layer, Transparency, Add Alpha Channel. That's going to be so when I get rid of something, it deletes stuff from that layer instead of just putting a white background up. So I'm just going to press the delete button that is above sort of the arrows on my keyboard. Or you could have gone to Edit and then Clear. Okay? So now we've got that. So let's keep on doing this. I'm going to do our sides now. So I'm just going to start my click. I'm going to take this whole building out. I just zoom in here so you can see what I'm doing. There we go, and you can again do an edit clear or just press the delete button on your keyboard, okay? Now let's do our bottom here. Let me zoom in so you can see. Keep that whole building. Take that building out. Okay, come on home. Delete. And now we got one side left. Okay? Okay. Delete. So now we're in pretty good shape, okay? This is the best thing. You can see there's some parts where I'm just going to go with my eraser. So the eraser is in your toolbox right there. And I'm just going to get rid of it. Like that looks terrible. So I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, I got something selected, so I'm going to do select none. There we go. Now I can erase that. Okay. Good. Take out some of these different parts here. where it's just like, whoop, that looks terrible, like that tower there. We're going to get rid of that. Okay. Just try to take out some of our hard edges. And then what we're going to do is this, is we're going to just blur the edges a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead to my layer menu. Layer, transparency, alpha to selection. That selects our whole situation there. Okay. Now I'm going to go to select and then shrink. I'm going to set that by, we'll say here, 8 pixels. Click on OK. And then I'm going to do a select, invert, and then go to filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and I'm going to set this to like a blur of 4. Okay. So now we got some blurred edges. I guess that's nice. Now we'll do a select, none. Okay, not too bad. I'm going to shrink this now. So to do that, my toolbox here, double click on our scale tool, and I'm going to shrink this down. Click on scale. There we go. Now I'm going to move this. So I'm just going to go to my toolbox, click on the move tool. I'm just going to sort of center it up a little bit. And you can see there's some parts down here that I had missed. We're just going to be easy about it. Just grab our erase tool and let's just take that out. Okay. So I'm just going to erase that stuff that doesn't make sense. Ah, come on. That was bad. We're sort of ruining that box. We're putting that boxy look back in that we worked hard to avoid. Okay, so we got our city there. I'm going to move it a little bit more so it's a little bit more centered. Okay, at this point, well, obviously, since we're under the ocean, we're going to need some sort of way for our people to breathe. So this is sort of an interesting thing we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead, let's just center it up just a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and to my toolbox. Now, in this case, some of you guys don't have your layers menu. Let me show you how to do that. You're going to go ahead, click on this little triangle here, configure this tab. Okay, add tab, and then layers. Okay, so now we've got a layers menu. I've got 2 now, but so it goes. All right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the layer menu, layer, new layer. Okay, just keep it all of these options how they are. It should be set to transparency. Click on OK. Now at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to go and put this bubble around it. So we're going to click on our ellipse tool. It's next to our lasso. So just double click on that. And I'm just going to draw a bubble around my city. That's pretty good. It's a little bit lengthy there. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my paint bucket. Just right there. Just double click on it. And I'm going to select here white. So I'm going to click there and just make sure I've got my white done. Click on OK. And then where it says here, the affected area, please click on Fill Hole Selection. Okay, so now I'm going to, and don't worry, it's supposed to go like this. That's all white. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn down what's called the opacity. Okay, so let's go back to our toolbox. Let's go to our layers menu. Okay, our layers toolbox thing. So just click there. Remember, if you don't have it, just click on the triangle, add tab, layers. Okay, and make sure this top layer is selected. And from there, we're just going to take our opacity down. Just going to keep on adjusting it. That's pretty good. Okay, so now do a select none, see what it looks like. That's not too bad. That's kind of interesting. Not the best, pretty simple job, but this is just a simple little GIMP mission. So when you're ready, when this is done, we're going to do a file, save as, and we're going to call this Planet City, and then put your last name, and let's put that on your desktop, okay? Make sure it's a .jpg, and make sure your last name's in it, okay? Click on Save, and it's going to ask you to export it, yes. Put that quality, yeah, you can keep it at 85%. Click on Save. It's going to export it. Let's take a look at the final product. Not too bad. Not too bad for just a few minutes of work. You can see I missed a part there. I should have erased it. Missed some stuff there. But you know, that's not too bad. Okay. Make sure to post that to the forum. Okay, along with the last lesson was on your natural setting. This is on the city part. So yeah, good stuff. Best of luck. And remember, use your creativity. This is just one method you can use to make awesome. Good stuff.